this culminates a year of us achieving many, many milestones in an all-out sprint. And the results yesterday really reflect the hard work over the last 4 years. We had record revenue. We're able to deliver that record revenue because we have such a diversified business. So unlike a lot of companies that may have fell short of investor expectations because they're only in crypto or only in trading or they're only in lending or they benefited disproportionately from staying at home and now we're in a reopening trade, we have businesses that benefit in all those different environments, and that's why we hit record revenue.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So another strong day for SoFi, up 12.5%, a little bit up after hours. We saw this thing touch in the 24 range, which was awesome to see. It's been a while since we've been up there. And overall, a choppy day in the market. Saw a lot of red, starting to see some good deals again. But SoFi holding strong. You know, the only way I see this thing coming down is with a broader market sell-off. And like people said yesterday, if it didn't sell off so much yesterday, we may have gotten more of a pop out of SoFi's earnings. And the sell-off was due to just the overall market, but today was pretty solid. We're going to go over some recent articles, some of the upgrades that are coming in. We will go over the chart and the flow. So if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. Check out the Patreon and the Discord, and let's get into it. All right, to start things off, here is the results of the lottery play that I posted on YouTube. It did work in our favor. Now that I'm realizing it, I should have taken 11/19 expiration as a lottery, or debit spreads, or further expiration. Those would have paid more off the pop. But as you can see, if we open this up, it shows the time is 6:31. I sold right at the open just because I knew that this expires tomorrow, so it's going to fluctuate a lot. I believe this actually probably closed around 30 or less because it does expire tomorrow. So, you know, it worked out. We got some profits over 100%, was awesome to see. But going forward, I will likely take the week after or debit spreads, you know, to negate that IV and the theta decay. But if you got January calls, March calls, you likely printed, so enjoy that. Congrats to everyone who played SoFi earnings and bet on the call side. So not only are the negative or potentially negative catalysts out of the way right now, such as the warrants and potential bad earnings, because SoFi just crushed earnings, but we're getting a ton of bullish catalysts coming in. So aside from the bank charter, Super Bowl, student loans, we have a ton of dates coming up. SoFi to participate in upcoming fourth quarter investor conferences. So obviously Noto is going to be participating in this. It's in association with Morgan Stanley. And here are the dates: November 17th, then we have November 30th, December 1st, December 2nd, and they're going to be speaking about SoFi, presenting all about it. It's, you know, fintech presentations. So, you know, I think that's bullish. We could hear a lot of good news and stuff from SoFi, just more eyes on this company, and that's what we want to see. All right, so like we said, we got some SoFi upgrades that came in this morning. I got quite a few tip ranks emails. Those aren't the biggest analysts, but overall, the biggest one I saw today was from Oppenheimer, raising the price target to 28, and shout out Stock Goat for sending this to me. I assume we'll get some more coming in tomorrow, and then after the bank charter, you will likely see a ton more come in. So they raised it to 28. That's pretty much SoFi's all-time high. I think we could potentially get there pretty soon here. We will go over that when we go over the TA and the chart. And then tip ranks, we had quite a few come in here, but again, the analysts on this are not as big as names like JP Morgan, Oppenheimer, Credit Suisse, stuff like that. So it was cool to see, and hopefully we get some more in coming in tomorrow. All right, we got a couple articles just talking about SoFi's results from yesterday. We have a CNBC one here just talking about how SoFi and Affirm both reported good earnings, and they popped on the earnings. So SoFi is getting more traction, more people paying attention to it. Now that they're reporting solid numbers, bank charters coming up. And once they get that bank charter, you know, I don't see SoFi coming back down to where it was in the recent months. And I don't think that bank charter is priced in yet. Now, we also have a Barron's article talking about how SoFi surged on, you know, the results. Revenue sets a record and members soar. Goes over the numbers we discussed in last night's video, so I'm not going to go too in-depth on this because we already know the numbers and the results. But basically, the third quarter adjusted EBITDA was well above analyst forecasts and another quarter of record revenue. Guidance was great, and like we said yesterday, fifth consecutive quarter of positive EBITDA. So very solid for SoFi. A lot of people paying attention to this one, and we will see how it goes once they get upgrades and that bank charter comes in. All right, and last up, we have a Motley Fool article here talking about 2 unstoppable stocks that could produce 10x returns. And Motley Fool does tend to pump SoFi with their articles, but it's funny, now that SoFi is pumping up and reporting good numbers, you're seeing a lot of these articles flow in, but these guys weren't really around when SoFi was $13 to $15. No one cared about SoFi then. So you got to pay attention when things aren't pumping up. You got to look for value then, not when it's near all-time highs. But this one, I'm not really going to go over because it just talks about SoFi and the DD. We already know about it and what they do. But I just wanted to point this out right here. Motley Fool issues a rare all-in buy alert on SoFi and Upstart. So participate in the unstoppable fintech industry, and both stocks have the potential to grow tenfold in value over the next decade. Here's what you should know, and they just go over what the companies do and the numbers behind them. I personally like SoFi over Upstart, especially at current valuations, but I'll have to do some more due diligence on Upstart as well. All right, now getting into the SoFi daily chart here, and I will touch this one up here in a second because it is getting a bit confusing for you guys viewing this. It makes sense to me, but there's a lot of lines now. So we've been calling this one play by play. It's been working out very well. Cup and handle. We sold off, formed that, broke out, retested it. Then this candle right here was an overall market sell-off, so didn't really pay too much attention to it. But this setup right here actually did play out. So this arrow was a little bit off, but we broke out over that 2350 line with earnings. That's the news. And basically, we couldn't quite get through this. We hit the high of the day. I think it was 2470 or 69, and kind of rejected there. After hours, we're sitting at 2310. We are forming higher lows, higher highs, and we're building a nice base, up here above $21. And we have first resistance 2421, second resistance 2546, and then first support 2216, second support 2136. So I'm going to update the chart and, we'll get into the next one. All right, so we cleaned up the chart. This is the weekly chart here. So you can see SoFi is approaching overbought, but the MACD is still very strong. Now, what we could see is some profit taking happening. The SoFi selling pressure really isn't heavy right now because I think a lot of people are camping in this one, waiting for that bank charter catalyst. And there's a lot of hype on SoFi right now. It's strong. So that's why I do believe people are holding, but we could see some traders take profits and sell this thing off a little bit, which is actually what I would like. So we have this double rounding bottom, bullish pattern, could go into a cup and handle. As you guys know, in my previous charts, that's one of my favorite patterns, and I think you guys are picking up the charts a lot better. And I would like to see it come down a little bit as long as it holds 2095, then break out again. Now, even if it doesn't hold that, news trumps charts, so that bank charter would likely take us to all-time highs anyway. But that's what I have. And we kind of triple top today. So 1, 2, 3, we rejected off that. But that's what we have for SoFi right now. It went for that test, failed over 2475. So we could see it consolidate, a little bit of profit taking according to the flow that I'm seeing come in. And then, give this one the rest of the month to really break out and go. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. Check out the Discord and Patreon, and have a good one.